look, be committed. This is the toughest thing that you're going to tackle. The best of the best.
Be ready, green flag.
The most competitive and toughest form of motorsports in the world. Everything you do is more critical than it ever was because everybody at that level is already a champion. You have to race the best of the best. It's an all-star race every weekend. Is the ultimate, it's the show. It's on.
Okay.
All right, well.
Well, that was a lackluster press conference right there.
Especially given the video that they showed was like 20 seconds long after all that.
So, at least from what I read, we got the Extreme Dirt Tour. It's going to be the new series in the game, which was not expected. Everybody was expecting K&N with the whole Hailie Deegan interview kind of thing. So that was unexpected. What I did see is there is a team ownership aspect that'll be in the game.
Okay, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, there's an online tournament style thing, which was needed, in my opinion.
Okay.
But really, unfortunately, we didn't get too many details there, which is not great.
Yeah, according to this, 8 new tracks, including dirt racing at Bristol.
Yep.
And NASCAR Heat's first ever dirt road course.
Yep.
I think this is a typo. It's supposed to say the Charlotte Roval.
Yeah, that's a typo.
And ISM Raceway have been added, which is Phoenix now?
Which is Phoenix, yeah.
Okay, so they made dirt versions of those? Or something?
No, it's the Roval will be new, and then ISM Raceway has the new layout.
That's right. You're right.
Coming for the playoff race this year. So that's what I assume is going to be in the game.
Okay, I gotcha.
So we definitely didn't get many details today.
No, we did not.
Which
also, just not to be that guy, but the visuals there did not look very impressive to me.
No.
Graphically, it looked like a downgrade.
Which is not good.
No.
Really, that's the one thing a lot of people hadn't been complaining about, was graphics.
Because the game looked pretty good. NASCAR Heat 2 looked pretty darn good.
Yeah. One thing I do know, they were upgrading from their, oh my god, what is it called? Unity to the more recent Unity engine.
Unity 3, I think, yeah.
So, it should be better, which concerns me that you would say that.
Well, I wonder if those clips that they showed were from early development or not, because if that was late development, then yeah, that wasn't super impressive. But
yeah,
if it was early development when they're still filling out the tracks and stuff, they may not have had the full like shaders and everything going.
Yeah, so not many details, but obviously we can talk about things that need to be improved. I know John has his issues with Martinsville.
I feel like everybody has some issues with Martinsville.
Yeah, but I just wrote down some notes before about things I need to see. Obviously, the cautions after the white flag thing, that should be a easy fix. Having just more HUD options, like like just an option to have a track map, an option to have, the times on the screen or not, the option to have all that stuff. Just having more options there would be nice. The rival system needs to be adjusted a little bit, definitely. Can't have them just running you off the track every single time.
I feel like they need to get over it. If they get their revenge in one race, they should be over it by the next.
Right.
That's the way it was in the old games.
Right, a very NASCAR 06 style. So that's the big changes that I said we needed. Well, obviously we got the new series with the Dirt Series, so that adds a more in-depth career mode. With the career mode, I wanted a little more variance as to outcomes, because the last two, it was very linear career mode. You did trucks, you did Xfinity, you did Cup. Last year they added the hot seats, but really that didn't add too much because it was going to be the same tracks no matter what you did for the hot seats. So, but with the team owner aspect, that'll definitely add some variance to it. But we'll have to see where that develops. Obviously, with the team owner aspect, that means that money is actually going to mean something.
Right.
And then they hit the nail on the head with the online tournaments. Having qualifying and stuff like that for online is very important. Especially with my brief experience with the Richmond Raceway Esports Series. That's definitely needs to be had. Needs to be an online ranking system higher than just how many races you do. So I think we're making progress. We'll obviously have to see more details, but yeah. So let me know.
I was going to add just a quick couple notes. With like ownership, I hope there's going to be more team customization. Customization in the game I felt was very lacking. What do you have, like 3 or 4 numbers you could choose from? I feel like let's open that up. And just as far as paint stuff, I feel like it need to be opened up more. And also talking about cautions, replays would be nice to see what happened, not only in your own crash, but like when a crash happens and you don't see it and there's just a caution that either ruins your race or helps your race. It'd be interesting to know how that all unfolded. So those are 2 things they need to address as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to quick look on the Twitter page before we close up to see if they've said anything else. People have said anything.
They said go to NASCARheat.com for more information, and legitimately the site will not load. It's either because a ton of people are going there or they're having a problem. I don't know which.
Yeah. As far as the cover goes,
yes,
it's incredibly stupid to have what is currently one of the least successful top-tier teams in NASCAR on the cover. I understand the whole you want to promote what is currently NASCAR's most popular driver in Chase Elliott, but still.
Yeah, I mean, I get the concept here. I feel like, if we're being totally honest, I feel like that was something that Hendrick Motorsports acquired the rights to, probably financially.
Right.
Because it's a way for them to, yes, have Chase on there, yes, have, Jimmy on there, one of the greatest of all time, but also a way for them to promote 2 young drivers that a lot of people may not have that much interest in currently.
Right.
And try to get them out there more. And I kind of feel like that's more beneficial to Hendrick than it is NASCAR Heat 3. I feel like NASCAR Heat 3 would have been more beneficial to have had, a Martin Truex or a Kevin Harvick or somebody like that.
But yeah, that's a little lackluster. I'm waiting to see if the trailer got released anywhere by itself. Maybe we could break it down a little bit. Right there. Okay. With Ray Everham. We're starting off with Ray Everham, people.
Okay, I'll wait until he appears there. Okay.
All right, so Ray Everham, NASCAR Hall of Famer. So obviously he might have something to do with this.
Yeah, maybe some sort of narration of career mode. Could be interesting.
So we're going to kind of stop and start here.
Okay.
Kind of just to point out things. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1.
Be committed. This is the toughest thing that you're going to tackle. The best of the best.
Be ready. Green flag.
The most competitive and toughest form of motorsports in the world. Everything you do is more critical than it ever was because everybody at that level is already a champion.
Graphics just look less impressive.
You have to race the best
Okay,
of the best.
whoa.
Oh, pause. Hold
Hold
the smoke.
Okay, so like with 12 seconds remaining, I can't tell you exactly the timestamp on that. You can see your owner's office.
Okay, we got team contracts for the Dirt Series right before that. God, this is impossible.
It's so
All right.
fast.
So there's the owner's office.
Right,
So that's basically going to be the main menu, I guess, of career mode.
Okay, yeah. And it shows you wins, races, current standings, I assume.
And then right after that,
we see cars. Oh, wait, no, there's a clip of those. Where's the...
God, this
I think I missed it. Okay, so back up just a little bit more. Where was the one where they showed the cars in the garage? There. Okay, 16 seconds remaining.
16 seconds remaining.
Okay, well, this is odd. Are these like team members that have been hired?
Yeah, so I would assume that team members or drivers as well.
I'm confused by this because this is all the same car. It's just you have multiples of them.
Yes, like so
bays?
the one Bay 1 and Bay 3, those short track cars. It says short track.
Oh, I see.
And then Bay 2, Bay 4 said normal. So you'll have different cars for different tracks. You can upgrade different cars for different things. So like short tracks, you would probably upgrade the suspension more than the engine, say. And then obviously Talladega, you would want engine and aero.
So this is it's kind of giving me a NASCAR Thunder vibe, having like multiple bodies, engines that may be of different durabilities. So that's interesting. I wonder if this only applies to the dirt cars, though.
I would have to think it wouldn't, but that's all they're showing, obviously.
Yeah, it's hard to say, and it goes so quickly. That's why I missed it when I tried to pause it before. But yeah, this is interesting to look at, like in detail, because I wasn't expecting this sort of a thing in the on the career mode. So this is kind of interesting. It's kind of like they're merging Dirt to Daytona with, like I say, kind of a Thunder feel, because even in Dirt to Daytona, you only had one car for each series.
Right, and it looks like you can hire employees. It says employees at the bottom. Department, so you can upgrade like your aero department, and so very Thunderish feel.
Yeah.
That I'm getting with this as well. So
I guess this is where we get some of the EA team that had crossover into the company might be given some influence here.
So that is now. I guess the big question is, with the career mode, do you just go straight into team owner mode, or do you drive as a regular driver first and then build money that way, and then you have the option to go into team owner mode?
This brings up an interesting thing, because if you're buying parts and hiring people, then money must actually mean something this time around.
Right. So that's good. But I just have the question of, is it going to be very Dirt to Daytona, Thunderish, where you just have, it's a one-track thing as far as you are the owner in all four series of your car?
Right. Or is it more 06-ish where you earn money to become an owner?
Right. So that's definitely where we're going to have to start getting more details on that. But I'm really liking where this is going as far as the upgrades, the employees.
I don't know if you saw this screen at about 15 seconds left, but it shows the department upgrades and costs things.
God. 14,
it's
21, 19, 18.
The best.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, department upgrades, you got engine aerodynamics and suspension, which is a little limited. Dirt to Daytona had the 4. It was engine, suspension, aero, and exhaust. But I guess exhaust doesn't mean that much anymore. So I guess
Yeah,
that
makes
makes
sense.
sense. And obviously, there's cost involved.
And levels, which is interesting,
Hmm.
because that means no matter like I guess what upgrades you do to your car, if your departments aren't upgraded to certain levels, then you can never have engines above a certain point or suspension
Right, and that
arrows.
also kind of puts a, I don't know, again, I don't know if this is going to be kind of NASCAR 60 feel, where each team, like real life team, is going to have certain limitations.
That would be
Um,
interesting.
that would be interesting to kind of see how they rate the teams,
Hmm.
and why they finish where, like, why AJ Allmendinger is better at road courses, or
Right.
stuff like that. So that's going to be an interesting aspect of it. Or if is it just going to be we can only upgrade our team, we can only see our team. We don't have the option of buying another team, kind of deal. Um,
Yeah. Another thing to make note of, I guess, is that it says sign with some of the biggest teams or start your own team. It doesn't say that we can buy an existing team,
hmm
which I'm fine with, but I'm curious to know if that is in fact the case. And then I guess another thing we didn't mention was it says watch as a driver gets sent to the back for a technical violation and get
Yeah.
updates on who's having a good weekend.
So that'll bring more of a story line aspect to it. Um,
Which is good
we
for content creation.
It is definitely. Um, that also brings up, whether who they're going to use for that. Are they going to use the PRN crew that they used last year? They're going to use Claire Lang like they did at the announcement, or
Yeah,
they're
that
going
it
to
could be why
use.
she was there.
Hmm.
I skipped ahead a little bit here, and there's a thing showing contracts, and basically that looks similar to where there's teams with
Hmm.
certain star levels,
Right.
different payouts, things like that.
Now this also brings up a good question of. I assume this dirt series is going to be all fantasy drivers, fantasy teams, fantasy stuff, and that's going to be a first for this 704
Yes.
games franchise because they've really hindered on getting all real life drivers, and they have for the Xfinity and the
Right.
trucks.
Even filling out fields with people who aren't normally in those series, but they are still real drivers.
Right. So have to assume that this is going to be fantasy driven for the Dirt series.
And
Um,
the main reason to think that would be because it is a fictional series. They didn't go with an existing Dirt series
mhm.
for licensing. So yeah, it's most likely going to be fantasy all the way through. Probably even with the tracks, I would assume. Well, with a
Mhm.
dirt Bristol, that would suggest that, I suppose.
Mhm.
But
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, let's see. Is there anything else in the
I think
trailer?
that's about it. One thing I would like to see in regards to tracks, which would be cool, I don't know how that all works with licensing and who still has it and what things like that, but it would be interesting if the original Heat or Dirt to Daytona dirt tracks came back. Even if it was just in name only, it would be an interesting callback,
Mhm.
like Anoka and all that.
Right.
Be interesting to see.
And just watching through the trailer again. But yeah.
According to this screen, it is going to release PS4, Xbox One, and Steam all at the same time on
Mhm.
September 7th. So no delay for Steam, which is nice.
Yep, and there is no Switch, which I know people were asking about, but we kind of
Yeah.
knew wouldn't
If there
happen.
is a Switch version, it will definitely be delayed.
Mhm.
Oh, and
Uh,
there's also the $50
yeah.
NASCAR ticket inside for pre-orders, which you've experienced with the previous game.
Yes. I assume it'll be Speedway Motorsports tracks only again. Um, so
Yeah.
def- definitely some things we didn't expect.
Hmm.
As far as the team ownership aspect of how in depth that was going to be, I thought it was going to
Exactly.
be, team ownership with it was kind of, I thought it would be kind of a combination of Heat Evolution and Heat 2. Because Heat
Right, which
Evolution, you had that very linear structured this upgrade with this money, this upgrade with this money. And then Heat 2, you
Yeah.
obviously had the sign with the team's aspect of it. So I thought it was going to be more of a combination, but definitely seems they've gone with a more Thunder route.
Right, which I
Um,
think is much better because I thought Heat Evolution's structure was pretty poor.
yeah, it was poor, it was very linear, and it took a lot to get upgrades.
Hmm.
It took a lot of time, and I'm just trying to remember through my playthrough. I only got like halfway through the upgrades by the
Hmm.
time I finished my playthrough. Um, so definitely uh, different, and I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, for me, I'll be pre-ordering it same method as last year, hoping for that Best Buy luck with getting it 2 days early again. I'm sure that won't happen again, but um, and I'll definitely be streaming it, talking about it, starting playthrough on September 7th. It looks like,
Hmm.
um, assuming everything goes well with the delivery, um, and I'm still alive by that point. I know John most likely won't get the game unless it's gifted to him right away, but I do think you're a little more hopeful.
I'm slightly more optimistic and intrigued than I was. I am
Mm-hmm.
a little concerned about the graphic level, but I think that that might be more limited by when that trailer
Mm-hmm.
was created. I think that maybe they haven't put all the polish on it yet.
I want to just quick look at the Amazon thing. It was $45,
49.99.
49.99.
But
So
it is a Prime game, so I believe you'll actually get, if you're a Prime member, you get a little bit off of that
mm-hmm.
anyway. And you get same day delivery or release day delivery, but of course you're hoping for something better.
Yeah, so I'll definitely I'll have to see what the Prime discount is, because then that might convince me to go this route instead. But yeah, I I'm excited, definitely.
Hmm.
I'm more hopeful than I was, but still got some boxes to check as far as those final details, definitely, which we don't know much about. But I'm sure as they invite people in to try the game and stuff like that, we'll see more of. Um,
Indeed.
Feel free to invite me 704 Games. I'll be an honest critic. John can come too, since he's closer to your headquarters.
Oh yeah. Oh
He'll be more of a critic.
yeah. Much more.
Um, so you might want to avoid that. But
Hey, I'm an honest critic, though.
yes, but definitely looking forward to this. Don't know how this video is going to be structured editing wise.
Yeah, because
So
the live stream was not quite what we expected.
yeah, the live stream probably won't be in there at all.
But the trailer breakdown is more what this was about
Yeah,
anyway.
it's the trailer breakdown. So definitely we'll have to do some editing there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I assume you have anything else to add, John?
Just that I really hope that with a bit of polish and a little more in-depth look at this, that it could end up being really good.
All right. You won't be able to hear it, but we'll. Okay, volume's not happening. That was a little creepy.
Hi, Ray. How's it going?
But we got the Roval, which I assume is going to be the correct layout this time.
Yeah. Coke Zero Sugar 400.
So here's some of that note stuff that they were talking about.
Oh, there's a bunch of drivers scrolling by.
Yeah. Oh, I saw
I saw
Danica Patrick.
Why? You know, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that was the exact same uh, driver feed from Heat 2, so I'm not sure that that's indicative of what we're gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
That felt like the exact same feed just that you scroll through to pick a driver normally.
Oh, I saw Daniel Hemrick on there for the Cup Series. The
Okay.
Smoky Mountain Herbal Snuff car. Also see GMS drivers in the Truck Series, which
Okay.
is good.
Uh,
Ryan Newman being
Ryan
pain in the
Newman.
butt as usual.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm not 100% sold graphically, but again, this could be without polish. The tracks just look very bland, and in those, I don't know, overall, it looks a little clunky. But here's the dirt cars.
Oh wait, hold the smoke. It is a real series.
Is it?
It's presented by Motorsport.com.
That is real. Motorsport.com. Motorsport.com is. What else do they have? Do they have dirt? List of all series. Do they have an Extreme Dirt series? Let's find out if this is legit or not.
Just search Extreme Dirt Tour, presented by Motorsport.com.
Well, according to Motorsport.com, it's not, but Extreme Dirt Tour. No, that is not
Okay.
real.
All right.
They're just using Motorsport.com to sponsor it.
All right, so we got that figured out. Resuming the video.
Yeah, let's see what's next. Okay, we see somebody named Martin. We see some decent-looking physics here.
Yeah.
Car stepping out, riding the cushion, dirt being thrown up.
The road course, I assume. There's Bristol.
Bristol has a dirt track, which is strange. Glovka is a name.
Here's the...
It's the facility again. Here's a truck.
That looks like possibly a custom truck.
That was a custom truck because it, yeah.
Let me look at that again. We got Mobile One sponsorship.
Well, NASCAR.
Well, NASCAR next, yeah, so that might not be.
Yeah, it's not custom. Actually, I think that was, if that was a 25, I think that might have been Natalie Decker.
No, it wasn't.
It looked like a 25 in the style of the Venerini, but anyway.
It was a 19.
Okay, I'm blind then.
Oh, pause. Go back.
Okay.
So we got next race, facility, reputation, teams, and season status.
That's got to be rivals, right?
Yeah, but it's reputation instead. So that again really goes to the old style of game.
And it looks like I don't know until they actually show us like what's behind teams or something. I don't know if you can, like how the buying of the teams works and things like that. Right here, we're just seeing you're in the Extreme and that's it, and you have $8,400 and I guess 25 fans. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's fans. All right, moving on.
Another look. That was okay.
That's
something that never happened.
Esports tournaments, pre-built setups, new tracks, improved AI, deeper career mode, Extreme Dirt Tour, 40-car multiplayer split screen.
40-car multiplayer. That's a great idea.
Well, they've done that the last two games.
I'm just saying that's never going to end well.
No.
Especially on PC, but even console.
Yeah, so definitely looking forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.